So this is finally one Funneless tutorial. If you have no idea what it is, I advise you check Nidboj's video. So you wanna get the same start as in CM to get Frank and Footlong, to have the cube in the same state. So once you get the cube, the first step will be the redirect after you hit the second plate. So you wanna hit the plate, this one as close to the door as possible. So around there. I'm gonna show the trigger. So you wanna hit the beginning of the trigger. And while in there you wanna hold D and Shift, looking straight up, and on your second angle you wanna look at -119. It's highly dependent on where you start. Like if you start too close to the plate and far from the door, the angle will be different. So as you are about to hit the second plate, you need to release the cube and grab it just after touching the second plate. So if you manage to go in the small gap and you are against the wall, you need to slam the cube against the wall to block yourself. If you do it too early, you will just bounce to the left. You need to do it as late as possible and hold D so you can land on the fence. There is another way to do the cube redirect. It doesn't involve much RNG depending on where you start at the plate, but it's more difficult. You wanna hit the plate anywhere basically, but you prefer like in the middle. You just hold Shift and aim at the angle -124.7. And like after hitting the second plate, you wanna drop the cube. Then you wanna uncrouch, and when you bonk the cube, you're gonna get redirected to the right. You wanna grab the cube right after, before it's too far away. And then you want to do a cube up, which is the difficult part. And then you block yourself to land on the catwalk. So once you're there, I'm gonna show you first how to go on the fence, because the hitbox of the Franken turret is a bit weird, so you wanna go on the side of it and jump. Or what you can do is also you can slam the turret on the ground so it goes and hits back, and it's easier to go on it. Because if it's on the front, it's gonna be more difficult because of the legs. And so you wanna go on either side of the fence, depends on what you prefer, and you wanna do a double cube up from there to the plate. And you gotta be careful, because the plate has collision. You can't just like hit it from the side and it works. You wanna go from above it or from the side. I don't have much advice to do the cube up. Maybe you should do like the first jump pretty early, and because of the legs of the turret, you wanna place the cube pretty low in order to make the jump. Otherwise you will just like place the cube but not be able to bounce on it. Alright, so for this next part, I advise for the practice to make a save above while falling, like from there for example. And while falling and before hitting the plate, you wanna make a save so you can practice it without having to do the cube up over and over. Alright, so for this part the important thing is the angle. So the first value of the angle must be 47. It works between like 44 and 50. And just like Footlong, when the wall is like a bit wider, you drop the cube and grab it right after, so you can bounce of it. And then you wanna make the cube rotate under your feet. So to do so, you wanna do a slow movement down, and before reaching like straight down, you release the cube, and you wanna do it slightly to the left. So once you drop the cube, you hold left and you should bounce off the cube. And by doing so, you have a slight chance of maybe being able to grab the cube again to save some time in the fizzle boost. But that's pretty difficult. So there's another way to do it. You wanna do the same start actually, like when the wall is like wider, you wanna drop the cube and grab it again. But this time you wanna turn around, not a full turn, but slightly on the side, and drop the cube, looking straight down. And then you turn back forward, and you wanna spam scroll wheel, bind to use to grab the cube from below you. Like the cube is behind you, but you look down and it's gonna grab it. The thing is, you don't wanna just grab it, you want to also release the cube to bounce off it. Also, it's important that you wait a bit after releasing the cube before grabbing it again. Otherwise you will jump too early and you won't clear the gap. Also, another thing to be cautious about is that sometimes you can like clear the gap and land between the railing and Whitley's monitor. So you wanna like go a bit more to the left. You gotta be careful because sometimes you go very high, sometimes you don't go high and you barely don't make it. Alright, and with all of this done, you shouldn't have the cube. Like if you get it, you can fizzle boost, but if you don't have it, you do the normal ending by going on the fence, shooting there, and then you shoot at the bottom and you jump.